What's up, everybody out there in Internet Land? It's your brother Moshe coming to you live from the Schizophrenic YouTube channel, where you never ever can tell what subject is going to be covered in my videos. I'm sorry, this tank is just so good. If you saw my last video, you'll know why. Time to take a toke. Bananas, crust, vanilla bean. I taste it all. You got to check it out. All right. However, I digress. Okay. Now we're going to do a video game review. I just recently went out and I bought a PS4 Pro. And I was a huge God of War fan. I had the PS4. Before that, I had the Xbox 360, and before that, I had the. I didn't have the PlayStation 3. I think I had the PlayStation 2. It was a while there. I didn't have a game console at all, and I was a diehard PlayStation fan. And I will say this about the PS4 Pro: it's a little faster. The graphics are a little better. But I don't think you're really going to get to appreciate those graphics according to the tech information unless you have a 4K TV, which I do. I'm running my PS4 Pro on the Samsung ULHD 4K curved TV. It's about, I think, 2 years old. And I will say this, the first thing you're going to notice about God of War, I'll start with the pros. Amazing graphics. Developers, amazing. I mean, the cutscenes actually look like the game. It's the graphics are amazing. I had game mode turned on my TV, and there were a couple of little problems with the graphics every now and again, but when you turn the game mode on, I mean, the TV kind of tells you you'll get a faster frame rate, but you might notice a decline in the graphics. I haven't played the game yet without game mode turned on. I'm probably guessing I'll probably be using that if I'll be playing online any first-person shooter games. So, with that being said, I can't get... The graphics are amazing. I mean, it was the type of game... I mean, usually when I first get it, you're always in a rush, right? I gotta beat the game. I gotta beat the game. And you're not paying too much attention to the graphics. Like, the graphics, you'll be like, wow, it's amazing. But it's like the second time I played the game, I really actually kind of slowed down. Even the first time, the graphics get you to just stop right in the middle of dashing to your next goal and just like looking at the game and being amazed by how good the graphics are. So kudos to you, God of War developers. The fight mechanics, you can't say anything bad about fight mechanics from the first God of War. So we really can't really say that's a pro. That's just consistent with the franchise. Oh. And now I'm starting to get into the combination of different e-juice flavors and food and drink. Oh, there's something about that juice that goes so well with a Cabernet. I have no idea why. The storyline. I love the story of Kratos, and I thought it was good acting for a video game. Um, the voice for Kratos, amazing, and I think they finally made Kratos look like a God of War should look. He wasn't like this skinny guy. He was like beefy, thick, beard, the look on his face, like everything. Like the graphics were just freaking amazing. They really, really were. The story between him and his son and the bonding that a father does with a son was absolutely amazing. I'm not going to give too many spoilers if you haven't played the game yet. But I will say this. His son, Atreus, he got some jokes. He got some jokes. I was kind of getting pissed off while I was playing the game, and I was saying, as I'm playing the game, keep quiet, boy. It was a very immersive type of experience. Like, it kind of drew me in. I'm sorry for vaping so much, guys. I mean, this tank, I will say this, by far, it's the best experience I've had. I went through 100 mils of some mango juice that I have from Bazooka. And, well, not 100 mils. I would say, I think a quarter of the bottle is left. I went through it in 3 days. That's how good that's how good the tank is. And that's how good the juice tasted in the tank. Oh. If you haven't tried it, go out and try it. At my store, it was $40. You could probably find it online cheaper. So, I love the storyline. I really, really, really did. I love the characters, and I will say the acting and the voices were probably some of the best I've encountered in a God of War franchise ever. Now, cons. Well, I won't go with the cons first. I'll go with the in-betweens, the indifference. All the different armor and the upgradable with the different enchantment sockets you get in the armors. I mean, the game is very detailed. For me, the reason why I fell in love with the God of War franchise is, for the most part, that aspect of the game was very, very simple. The puzzles were usually challenging, but not too hard. Oh man, it's like I can't stop hitting on it, man. All right, well, I'm gonna have to put some more juice in there, and don't have too much time. I haven't verified my account, and I really don't want to make videos longer than 15 minutes yet. All right. The open world, not a huge fan of. I've played a lot of open world video games. I've never been a huge fan of open world. Just to give you I like straightforward. I start here. That's my goal. I know exactly where my goal is. I don't have to backtrack. And I got a whole bunch of people to kill before I get there. For me, video games is a time for me to shut off my brain. I don't have to use it, and it's just very goal-oriented. That's usually what I play video games for, as a distraction, as an anger release, and many other reasons. That's what I usually use video games for. And besides just the pure enjoyment of it, I've always loved, and I'm 46, going to be 47 next year. And I come from a generation of Pong was the first video game I played at home. Boy, have video games come a long way since then. What else could I say was indifferent? that's pretty much all I could say for the indifference of the game for me. Like a lot of things in life, video games is very subjective depending on who you are and what you're looking for. Now the cons. When you're fighting the bosses, there was always, the cutscene where you had to hit square or circle or X or R1 or R2, for the final and kill move. I miss that challenge. I really, really do. I like video games to be challenging, but not like where you're shredding your hair out or snapping your controller in half or throwing it against the wall. I like a little bit of a challenge. I still have enough. It's covering all the white of the cotton. I'm telling you, the key for the flavor in this tank, you can't have a hard draw. It's a nice, slow, smooth draw, almost like it's unexplainable. You gotta try the tank. If you're a vapor, you won't mind spending $30-40 just to try it. And you may not be happy with the cloud production, but you will definitely be very pleased with the flavor. I think that 70-30 cottonwood pulp and mesh is the future of vaping, even in RDAs and RTAs. All right, back to the cons. I don't like the free map and the free world so much. Sometimes you have to backtrack. And I know we're in this new generation now where you can go on YouTube and see all the collectibles and items on any kind of YouTube channel, so it makes it a little bit easier. I was always the person, I didn't like using a cheat manual or I like to kind of figure it out on my own. And a lot of video games, one of the reasons why I never liked Resident Evil, it takes a lot of patience. And you got to think. And I think a lot in other areas in my life. And video games for me has always been a way to just forget about thinking. I don't mind challenging and I don't mind thinking a little bit. But I don't want thinking too much. And for me, it was a little too much exploring. I don't mind it so much. I like to explore a little bit. But a little too much for me. But it's still a great game. I wouldn't rate it 9 out of 10. I would probably put it at about a 6 to 7, and this is one of the main reasons why. God of War has also been known for just a franchise where it's just a hack and slash. The only really hordes you're going to get is periodically through the story mode, and when you go to the Muspelheim or Muspelheim or whatever the name of that one place is, and then you deal with hordes because it's just you're button mashing, you're comboing, and it's just amazing what you get to see and how much you could just decimate enemies. So in the God of War 2 that they're going to come out with, I'd like to see that a little bit more. Maybe not as much exploring. They definitely set it up for a God of War 2. I'm sure they're working on it now. And I know they're working on unlocking some of the realms. You'll see when you get to it. And too much looking around for ridiculousness, artifacts, and this and that and the other thing, and experience points, and upgrading this and upgrading that. For me, God of War was a very simple hack and slash game, usually very straightforward, with puzzles that were very challenging, but pretty easy to accomplish. But I really miss those cutscenes with the bosses. For me, they could do better. Even though it was great, it was one of the few video games I've played within the last few years where I truly enjoyed most of the aspects of the game. So if you're a gamer and you like hack and slashes, you definitely got to get yourself a copy of God of War. Pretty soon I'm going to be getting my PlayStation Plus and hitting up Black Ops 3 with a little secret. Anyway, guys, love y'all. God bless. God of War. Gotta get it.